I'm Lance Henriksen. You're watching Bryan Lomax's Movie Talk.
Sicario is directed by Denis Villeneuve, who previously directed Prisoners, Enemy and Incendies. This film follows the character of Kate Mesa, played here by Emily Blunt, played brilliantly by Emily Blunt actually, and she is a FBI agent who is brought in by the CIA to do essentially some dodgy undercover work. They are trying to take out the drug cartels in Mexico, and they need an FBI presence in their ranks in order to be able to cut through some red tape, so to speak. So we get to see most of the events in this film through the eyes of Kate. She's our eyes and ears, so to speak. And the film just, quite frankly, is brilliant. It's one of the best films I've seen so far this year, and the tension is just ratcheted up by Villeneuve. He really knows how to build tension in scenes, but it also does it with a really great script that fleshes out these characters in such a way that you feel a connection to even the ones that are actually quite despicable people. Josh Brolin's character, for example, takes far too much pleasure in dishing out some really nasty justice to some of these cartel members, and I don't know, this character just should not be likeable at all, and in many ways he isn't, but Brolin plays it with just such a kind of an air of happiness about what he's doing, that he's actually quite charming. You're charmed by this guy who is, quite frankly, a nasty piece of work. This film shares many of the themes that Villeneuve explored with his film Prisoners, such as the loss of power, the loss of control, and the fight to regain it. In Prisoners, it was a father whose child was stolen, and they couldn't do anything about it, so they take the initiative, if you want to call it that, and they literally torture someone to find their child. The questions of whether that's right or wrong are explored in the film, and likewise here, we are presented with a world in which cartels have far too much power. They can kill police officers and get away with it. So where is the line, and when do you cross it? What do you do to take these people down, and does it go too far? There's a scene during this film when Josh Brolin's character kind of subdues Emily Blunt's character. She punches him, and he basically grabs her and forces her on the floor. And it's a hard scene to watch because he overpowers her, and it's you feel for her in that moment. Just the fact that she is powerless to do anything. He's stronger, he's bigger, and he can put her on the floor if he wants to, and that's what he does. And that kind of scene for me is symbolic of a lot of what this film is about. And when you are powerless like that, what do you do to get that power back? What do you do to put yourself back in a position where you don't feel intimidated, where you don't feel like you can't do anything? Blunt handles these moments just brilliantly. If she's not up for an awards nomination come Oscar season, I'd be very surprised. I think she's given possibly the best performance of the year so far. Equally brilliant is Benicio del Toro, who plays this character with a dark past, with a secret that eventually obviously does come out at the end. That's one of the mysteries of the film, but again it highlights this idea of there being this line that, do you cross it or don't you cross it? And he crosses it, obviously. He crosses it many times throughout the film. So he's a counterpoint really to the ideology of Emily Blunt's character. He goes places she's not willing to go. Sicario is a brilliantly tense thriller, and it's one of those films that when you leave the cinema, you're going to be thinking about it for a few days afterwards. It's full of ideas, full of themes worth exploring, and it has brilliant performances in it all round. Fantastic direction from Villeneuve, a wonderful film, one of the best of the year, and I give it a 9 out of 10. So if you've seen Sicario, please comment below and let me know what you thought about it, and tell me which is your favourite film so far by director Villeneuve. Until next time, thanks for watching.